It is no secret that the Nintendo Switch is home to a vast, rich library of games. And one type of game that's always great to have because it gives you a lot of bang for your buck is the game compilation or collection, where you get at least two games all in one package for the price of one. So for this video, I'm going to be going over 10 Nintendo Switch collection games that I feel are must-own games. So the first one is PacMan Museum Plus. And this game is awesome because it features 14 classic nostalgic Pac-Man games. And one feature that I just really love about this game is that it doesn't just have a regular boring menu where you select the games. You actually have your own virtual arcade where you get to organize your arcade cabinets and you get to decorate your arcade, and you can change the music that you want to play on the jukebox, and you get to run around as Pac-Man selecting different games to play. Now, my personal favorite in this collection might not be a favorite for others, but I just love me some Pac-Mania. But this game does feature Pac-Man, Pac-and-Pal, Pac-Mania, Pac-in-Time, Pac-Man Arrangement, Pac-Moto, Pac-Man 256, Pac-Land, Super Pac-Man, Pac-Attack. I don't know if I said some of those more than once because they all sound the same. But yeah, a great package for Pac-Man fans and definitely a must-own on the Nintendo Switch. Now, the next game that I have to talk about is Pikmin 1 plus 2. And the reason why I feel this package is definitely a must own for the Nintendo Switch is because if you don't already own the Pikmin games, these games on the Nintendo GameCube and on the Nintendo Wii still go for around at least 60, maybe 70 or more a piece still. I think the prices on those went down a little bit when this collection came out, but this is still the most affordable way to own these games. And if you're looking to get into Pikmin like I was when I bought this, I feel this is the most affordable and actually convenient way, because I've heard that the games were actually balanced better to make them more fair and more bearable and fun for today's standards for this Nintendo Switch version. And I recently started playing Pikmin 1, and I have to say it's a lot of fun. I'm glad that I finally decided to start my journey with the Pikmin series, and I'm looking forward to playing all the entries in it now. I'm not too far in the first one, but from what I have played, I'm definitely enjoying this game right now. Definitely another must-own collection game for the Nintendo Switch is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I mean, you get two of the best 3D Mario games all in one package here. I know that Bowser's Fury is kind of a shorter game, but it's still something extra, and I feel like it gives a sneak peek into what the future of 3D Mario is going to be like with the open world design in that game. And honestly, 3D World alone to me is a classic, probably one of my favorite 3D Mario games of all time. I would put it right next to Odyssey. It's between those two for me. But these games are a lot of fun, and these games are definitely not to be missed if you're a fan of 3D platformers. Definitely make sure you cop this for your Nintendo Switch. Speaking of must-own 3D platformers, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is definitely a must-own collection game of 3D platformers for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, you get three awesome games fully remade from the ground up with new graphics, new animations, and these games definitely still stand the test of time as classic platformers. They're definitely more difficult than the Mario games, but for those who want a little more spice in their platformers, this is a great collection to own. A lot of value here. Definitely a must own for 3D platformers. Now, the next collection of RPGs is definitely a must own for RPG fans who have a Nintendo Switch. Collection of Mana. Three classic Mana games all in one package. And one thing about this physical copy is that this is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure if it's available digitally in other places, but I know this physical copy at least is exclusive. And one thing that was a big deal about this game is that this was the first time that the original Trials of Mana was playable in English fully localized for the first time. And with all the mana hype going on with the new mana game coming out, Visions of Mana, people definitely might want to be looking to the origins of this series. So this is definitely a must own, a lot of value with three great games on this collection. You get Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana all in one. RPG fans, hop on this one. Now, if you're a Nintendo Switch collector who enjoys beat 'em ups, River City Girls 1 Plus 2 is definitely a must own collection for the Nintendo Switch. And the reason why I say that is because River City Girls 1 and 2 both got physical releases through limited run games, and the first one goes for around $100 or maybe even more now. So this Japanese import collection gives you a way to own both games for one affordable price around 50 bucks, and it's actually cheaper than buying these games separately digitally for the full price that they go for if they're not on sale. And one thing that I will say about these games is that these games are great. The combat mechanics are awesome. The music in these games are great. The stories and the characters are really humorous and really funny in these games. And these games are just a lot of fun and great two-player co-op games as well. And another thing that I will say about these games is that they kind of do have that open world design like Scott Pilgrim, which is really good. But one thing I feel that they deliver even better than Scott Pilgrim is that the combat's better, and they also do have the RPG mechanics where after you beat enemies up, you're able to pick up money and then go and upgrade your weapons. You're able to buy items that will give you stat boost and all kind of stuff like that. So River City Girls 1 plus 2 is definitely a must-own collection for the Nintendo Switch. And one other thing that I do want to quickly mention is that these games are both fully playable in English in the Japanese import version. As soon as you put the cartridge in your Switch, if the language is set to English, it'll automatically play in English. Now, whether you're a hardcore fighting game fan or just a casual fighting game fan like I am, I definitely think the Capcom Fighting Collection is a must own. You get 10 classic games in one package, and this features the Darkstalkers games, which some of these games were exclusive to Japan until they finally released them in this awesome collection. You've got some Street Fighter in here, you've got Red Earth, you've got Vampire Savior, you've got Cyberbots, just a lot of classic, really fun games. I'm not even that good at fighting games, but I've definitely had a lot of fun playing this one. And if you have a friend to play some verses with, this game is a great time. I know that the online works great on this too, though I'm not sure how active it is, as I haven't tried that in a while, but definitely a must-own collection. Now, I know that sports games have gotten kind of stale in this current era of gaming. A lot of them have become riddled with microtransactions like the NBA 2K games, and a lot of them are just pretty much roster updates every year. But one sports game collection that definitely got things right, and it's a remake, is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 plus 2. Two great games, and on the Nintendo Switch version, I will say they both come on the cartridge even without an update. I played this game straight off the cartridge with no online connection, and I had a lot of fun with it. But now the update does include a patch for performance, and it also includes the multiplayer mode, so just keep that in mind. But I had fun right off the cartridge just as it played, playing by myself. I would say this is definitely a must-own collection for the price that you can get this for right now. I'm pretty sure you can get this for pretty cheap, and it's two classic Tony Hawk games. I mean, so if you're a fan of skateboarding and the classic Tony Hawk games, you definitely can't go wrong with this one. Now, if you're a fan of beat 'em ups, another classic game collection that you definitely can't go wrong with is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection. Cowabunga, dude, because this game is freaking awesome. You get a bunch of classic Ninja Turtle games on here. You get Turtles in Time. You get the NES Turtles games. I think you even have like the Game Boy games on here. And this also does feature multiplayer online features, and it also features a cool gallery you can look back at like a lot of the covers for the old games, like movie clips and stuff, like episode clips, I think, but just a lot of memorabilia to look at. And if you're a fan of beat 'em ups, these games still stand the test of time. They're not my favorite beat 'em ups ever, but they're definitely great, and there's a lot of value in this collection package here. And the last game on this list, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Three classic 3D Mario platformers with Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. And if you can get this for a decent price, or if you still have this, I would recommend definitely don't be a fool and trade this to GameStop or anything. But if you can get this for a decent price, it's worth it because, I mean, all in one package and the convenience of being able to play on your Nintendo Switch, even in handheld mode, that's a big seller right there. And I would just say I don't really recommend buying this game for like the stupid price of $100 or more, unless you feel like you really need to play every one of these and you don't have original hardware to play these games on. Then I guess maybe it would come out cheaper buying this. Just buying this instead of buying like a N64 or a DS or a GameCube or Wii just to play the games and then paying the separate prices for all that. But Mario 64, in my opinion, still a classic, great 3D platformer. Mario Galaxy, I like. It's not my favorite. Mario Sunshine, I haven't played since I was like probably 9 years old, so I need to go back and play that one. But all these games are definitely must-owns for your Nintendo Switch collection, but that does it for this list. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a like and subscribe. Until the next video, peace.